Hey guys, I just got back from my trip down the East Fork of the Little River. Got my gear kind of out and airing out. I do that after every trip. But I wanted to show you a little hack today to keep yourself warm on cold winter nights. And it's something not everyone talks about. There's some other products out there that kind of do this. But here's a simple hack that'll keep you a lot warmer on a cold night. I'm talking about the Magic Woobie. So this is a Woobie, otherwise known as a poncho liner, or a man blanket, however you want to talk about it. But this is a great piece of gear. It's synthetic. It's just a small layer of synthetic insulation with this outer polyester shell. You can see the quilt stitching. But it's basically a little blanket for soldiers, and you can do a lot of things with this. My favorite thing that I do is I put an insulated barrier between me and the cold, draped over the ridge line, trapping all that heat in there, and it'll keep you sleeping a lot warmer. These are my 0-degree quilts. They keep you as warm as you can expect to be kept on a cold night. But this keeps your hot air that you generate inside there around your face. Let me show you how I string it up. So on the Woobie there's these little shoestrings, and I take them and tie just a shoelace knot around the ridge line, and this is the head end of the hammock, and I like it to be able to move freely. On the foot end there's a loop in my ridge line. I just tie it right there to keep it from moving. I don't want this side sliding. That helps me manage the Woobie at night when I'm sleeping. And you can see it kind of just drapes over on the diamond formation, sort of like a tarp. So now I've got the Woobie tied on. I can slide the head end down for getting in and out of the hammock. I can slide it back up once I get in, no problem. The foot end stays solid. And what that does is traps your heat inside that chamber there where you are. Now, another thing to mention is managing moisture. It's going to be real important when you're sleeping on a cold night. Moisture is your enemy. So on good sleeping bags, especially with ones with bivvies, there's a neck baffle. You're supposed to pull that drawstring tight. It's as much for keeping you warm as it is for keeping the moisture you're breathing out. Maybe you found yourself on a cold night putting your sleeping bag over your head to breathe your warm air down in there. It feels great at first, and then you wake up an hour or two later and you're frozen and you don't know what happened. It's all that moisture you've been breathing down in your bag. It's not a good thing. So my quilts are tied up tight around my neck. This Woobie is trapping my breath, any residual heat that is being generated in there. It's trapping that, and it's keeping that cold air off my face. And I can vent this a little bit if I'm too hot. I can seal it up as tight as I want if it's a colder night. And the thing about a Woobie here is it's very breathable, so it lets a lot of that moisture out. And that's a good thing. Much like some of the masks you wear in extreme cold weather, they have a little copper coil inside the mouthpiece, so as you blow out it heats the copper. When you breathe back in, you're breathing in slightly warmer air than is outside. That helps your lungs, it helps your core temperature, all that good stuff. This does the same thing. It basically keeps you from being exposed with your face and with your breath to cold air, and it makes you not want to put that bag over your head and breathe all that moisture down there and keeping you frozen at night. So try this. There's some other products out there. There's some hammock socks, some other things you can do that basically do the same thing. But this is very multifunctional. You can use it as a blanket around camp. You can use it as you can do all kinds of things with a Woobie. And it also is the cat's meow for a cold night when you're sleeping in your hammock. So give that a try. It's the Woobie on your hammock. I don't know what you're going to call it, but it's a great way to stay warm on a cold night.